One of the things that changed my life the most is this simple realization that I am where I am in my life because of who I am. And that is so simple, and I heard it so many times, but one day it just hit me that if I am where I am in my life, it must be because of who I am. And even though at the time I was blaming so many things around me for the situation of my life, or why I was not getting through in certain things, or why things are affecting me and blah blah blah, but the true reality was that I had to take responsibility for who I am. But that also meant that if I became more, if I invested in myself, if I grew, if I developed myself, I could also be somewhere else. And so it is a blessing that we can become more, and then our life will become more. But yet sometimes we look in the wrong places. And this is something I do a lot of work with my clients and with myself, working around our self-image. Because we can never outperform our self-image. It's like having an AC, right? And the AC is set at whatever, 25 degree, and you want it to perform at 23. Well, if you set the thermostat at 25, it will automatically regulate to keep that pace at 25. So if you bring some bag of ice, or if you open your fridge or whatnot to try to cool the air, it's not going to work. The same is true if you open the window and it's hot outside and a lot of hot air comes in. The AC will auto-regulate and keep you at 25. And that's the same with us. Years ago, I noticed that I had a certain limit about my income. And that no matter what I was doing, I was kind of always ending up year after year at roughly the same level. And then I started to look back at my life and my own self-image, how much I was feeling worthy of making. What was the threshold, what was my AC level for the income that I was generating? How much did I believe I could make? And it wasn't until I raised and changed my own self-image and deservingness and worthiness of earning money, the ability to earn money, that then I started to learn to earn more money on a consistent basis. And it was the same about so many other things. And working with clients and people, I tell you that so often it's our self-image, it's how you see yourself that affects you the most. And I want to share this little story of how they train baby elephants to condition them to stay the same and to comply. When a baby elephant is born, they're attached him with a chain around his leg, and then there's a post that goes into the ground, right? And because the baby elephant, even though it's quite big, it's not as strong enough to break that post and break free. But it tries really hard, and days after days, weeks after weeks, as the elephant grows, it tries to break that post and set free. But it's too weak to do so. And after a couple of weeks, it stops. It accepts the defeat. It accepts that it cannot break that chain. And after a while, when that elephant becomes huge and it can actually rip off 10 times his weight, without even effort, it could break free. He's not even trying. Because as soon as they put that chain on him, his mind stays in place and accepts that he cannot break free. Simply because he tried so many times that he created this conditioning that, okay, the chain is here, therefore I cannot escape. And that chain represents our conditioning. That chain represents all those beliefs that we have about ourselves. That chain represents our self-image. All those things that we got and learned to believe about ourselves. About your personality, about how much money you can earn, about how smart you are, how talented, how likable, how amazing, or generous. And we accept so many of our chains without even questioning it, because we feel like this is true about me for so long that I don't know any different. And so who am I to break free? When I tried, I never knew freedom. Who am I to break free from the fucking chain? But the reality is that we can as soon as we decide to, because the chain is nothing more than an illusion. It's nothing more than a mental belief. It's nothing more than an assumption we made long ago that hardened into belief and that became evidence in the fact. But just like I overcame my belief about being shy, and just like I raised my own financial worthiness, so to speak, and just like so many of my clients overcome so much of their insecurities, you can also overcome your own chains that are keeping you stuck from based on ideas and beliefs that come maybe for so long. And there's nothing worse than people telling you, I've always been this way. Because that means what? When did you decide that this is you? When did you make a decision that who you are, how you see yourself today, is the truth of who you really are? The truth of who we really are is not this body, is not our ability, is not all the things we're manifesting. We are always far more. And when we realize that we are always far more than that we are an expansion of consciousness in this physical form, we realize that it's only our identification with those beliefs and with a particular self-image that holds us back. But that self-image is created. It is not hard into fact and, like something we have no power over. The moment you stop identifying with some beliefs about yourself and you start to assume other things about yourself, you'll be amazed about how much your life can change. And you realize that all along you could have just broken free. All you need is the awareness and the decision. You have to be aware of what are my chains, what are the beliefs, what are the conditions, what are the projections that I have that are holding me back. And so I invite you to look back at your life, to look back at areas of your life where you feel stuck, where you feel like you cannot do more, where you feel like unhappy about, and notice what is your self-image. How do you see yourself? What does that situation tell about you? What limitation have you put on yourself? And who do you need to be? Who do you really want to be? And go ahead and create that person, because you have the right and you have the power to create that self-image. And the moment you do that, you claim your divine right to choose and create your own reality. I'll see you in my next video. As always, please like and subscribe. Be well.